Love music, love life, love movies, love film, animation, and everything that you can watch. Yes, I'm still trying to get back my energy because sore throat and fever decided to sap it all out. But hey, the mere thought that I know I'm going to be here talking about movies and reading your thoughts, reading your opinion, reading your watch list, what you have been up to, how you spent your New Year's as well as your Christmas and so on just fills me with excitement and more energy. So you're welcome officially if this is your first time listening to the station that loves music and loves life. Every Friday from 11 till 11:55, we discuss movies, series, animations, documentaries, and those things like I just mentioned. But beyond that, we also go a step further to give you updates, what's happening in different movie industry. We'll start with the homegrown, that is Nigeria and Nollywood, because charity must always begin at home. And we tend to spend a bit of time here because we want Nollywood and by extension Nigeria to be better. So who are the ones contributing to the downfall or the separation? Yeah, we talk about that as well, and what should be done by the filmmakers, the actors, actresses, and so on. And you, who's listening, what's your role in the movie industry? And then we also talk about some movies that are out and give reviews on them. We also take your thought on WhatsApp 0809 444 0981. Again, 0809 444 0981. Not to leave out the fact that we talk about some of those movies that are being watched on some streaming platforms and the box office numbers as well. On that note, I tell you my name. I'm supposed to. My name is Oluwaseun Olusegun. And back in the year 2025, for the first edition of Film Focus, is the entertainment stakeholder, the movie buff, the unbiased reviewer of movie, series, animation, and everything lovely. Please give it up for Irabo Okoso.
Good morning, Cheo. How's everybody? How's everything?
I'm happy to be alive, and that is good. How are you? I see that you are making good on your word. You decide to show your face in this year. That's a good way to start.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you asked for it now, so I would have to oblige.
Hmm. And you can join us on YouTube where you just not, or you'll not only be seeing my face, you'll be seeing the face of Irabo as well. Again, it's not something we get to see every day, so it's going to be a good year. That is at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. At Smooth 981 FM Lagos. So, aside food, how spectacular has your holiday been, Irabo?
I mean, it's been food, honestly.
Ah,
That's the only thing. It's been food. What haven't I eaten this holiday? I really don't know.
human.
Maybe probably I haven't eaten human. Yeah, I haven't eaten elephant, but I've eaten bushmeat. I've eaten scallops, shrimp. I've eaten prawns, linguine, spaghetti, rice, liver, kidney, heart, shaki, pomo, swallow, starch, semo, poundo, amala, eba, I even ate eba, okra, egusi, banga. What did I eat? I was eating. But you know the funny thing? I was religious with my workout routine. I did not miss my 2 days. Never.
Mm.
And my six packs are still intact. I was very religious about it. Despite all the ice cream, waffles, pancakes, everything, I mean, like, I was religious about it. In my mind, I was like, if I can do these two things every day, I won't feel guilty. And yes, I actually don't feel guilty. I still feel good. I mean, see now, like, everything intact.
What does the scale say?
The scale is still the scale. That's the thing.
Okay.
Mm,
Hopefully, it's
I'm
not waiting for you in front.
I'm still 98. Shockingly, I'm still 98.
Well, let it be so. Let it be so. Looks like the calories are sanctified. They had a lot of
Yeah.
calories. So,
Mm-hmm.
what have you been watching? And did you get the chance to see something new? Did you say Christmas in Lagos? You
No,
promised.
I still haven't seen Christmas in Lagos. You know, my ex is the person who is with the Amazon thing now, so she has removed me from it, and I'm still leaving her on my Netflix. So look at how kind I
Yeah, but
am.
you brought that here.
I had to bring it up, because they have been asking me, and I don't want to seem as if, I have how many subscriptions? Like three subscriptions. So I'm just like, do I need to go and get, the blue pill subscription? I will figure it out. No issue. I haven't seen it, but there is somebody I want to see it with. Our schedules just haven't aligned. That's why. Then what else? There's another one again, the one on the red pill, the one with Kerry Washington. I still haven't seen that
Oh,
one as well.
you haven't? I thought you did because it was because of that I watched it this week.
Mm-hmm.
As what's the name again? I'm going to pull that up. Yes, the Tyler Perry, the one
Yeah.
about the World War II. Oh, I saw
Mm-hmm.
it. I saw it this week. Okay. You okay, go on with your watch list before I continue with mine.
I haven't seen that one at all. I haven't. Then I've just been watching a lot of what do you call it? Short films on YouTube. Then I started this TV series, Good Deed. It's not bad. It's solid, you know. Then I resumed The Crown as well. I resumed The Crown. Then I watched a Niger Christmas again because of family. I just had to, watch it. Then I was watching a lot of what do you call it now? Christmas type films because of family. Most of them are films that I've watched already, so I just had to play along. Have you watched this? No, I'll just lie. I'll be like, no, I've not watched it. So then all of us watch it together. But
Uh-oh.
just uh, so that's what I've been doing majorly. Watching. I've watched 7 Doors 3 times as a result.
No
You know,
way. The
uh,
entire series or the entire episodes?
entire series 3 times. I've watched Almost Christmas twice again over. The one with Omar Epps and Gabriel Union. I've seen that one. I watch Afamifuna again. I watch Postcards again. Shockingly, grudgingly, I watch Adire again. But I watched The Wait again. So it was just like, okay, it's family, do it like that. So they've all gone now. Everybody day or day. I want to watch from this week. I'm going to be watching what I want to watch. So that's it.
But it's a sweet sacrifice, I guess. I'm surprised that you have been able to go through Seven Doors 3 times and I'm yet to make it to the end. Not because it's not interesting, it is, but I've just not found the time to finish everything at once. It reminds me of why I stopped watching series. The
Mm.
patience to sit down and continue watching everything. Okay, so let me run through. This is a part of the show where we run through some of the top 10 on the movie streaming apps. So you are intimated with what Nigerians are watching. And we will start with the blue pill this time, not all the time the red pill. So we start with the blue streaming platform. Number nine is Down for Christmas. You've watched that, I suppose?
I don't think I've seen Down for Christmas. Who is that? Brother Shaggy?
No, it's not Brother Shaggy. I'm trying to remember some of the not too many known faces though, but you have in there uh Patrick Doyle.
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, I think I saw one or two posters there, but I don't know if I'll check it out later. I don't know if I'm still in the mood of Christmas movies, but anyways, that's number 10. And before I go ahead, again, if you're listening for the first time, these movies are not necessarily the best. It's just that some of them have been newly added to this platform that are streaming them. Some of them, because of one or two password access, they decide to watch them. And others, it could be family pressure or peer pressure in the case of Irabo, like you said. And the more people watch that, the more the numbers go up. So number 10, A Down for Christmas. Number 9, Your Faults. Number 8, Pink Butterfly. Number 7, Red One. Ooh, that dropped to number 7 real fast. That's Dwayne Johnson, Captain America. I've not moved past the first 3 scenes. Yeah. Have you watched it?
Yeah, I've seen it. Like I said, it's a Christmas film that typically everybody just want to go and watch and see in cinema or watch on their streaming platform. I don't think they went out to do that film to break box office numbers or to win any award technically. It's just a period film for a particular time of the year, and that's it.
Okay, then moving on. Number six is 3 Working Days. Number five is Classified. Number four is Beast Games. Number three is A Night in 2005. Number two is Christmas in Lagos. And number one is Family Basic. I think I'm going to be checking this one out because you did mention it. You talked a lot about it. It
Yeah,
was at the
Family
cinemas, right?
It was at the cinemas. Mike is Ironye, Uzo Arukwe, and there was this other lady's name. Oh, I can't remember her name now. But yeah, it's actually not a bad film. Not, it's an honorable mention. Yeah, it's not a bad film.
Okay, now even though it's not exactly on that list, but for the animation lovers, you can find Minions: The Rise of Gru on the blue platform as well. Okay, now let's go to the red platform, the red peel as Rabo would call it. Number 10 is Soga Vassal. That is something out of Asia, something out of Bollywood. Number 9 out of South Africa, Disaster Holiday. Number 8, Idris Elba, The Mountain Between Us. Number 7 is Lisa B, The Uprising, and that the second part will be out next week. Number 6 is Bad Boys Ride or Die. Number 5 is Jurassic World Dominion. Did you watch any of the Jurassic World?
The first ones those days, but I've not watched. I think I watched one new one with Kevin Hart and The Rock, and that was, I didn't watch anything after the first time they did it.
Okay. Number 4 is something out of Canada, and that is The Wolf and the Lion. Number 3 is Carry On, which some say is a good one. And number 2, I think the one we're supposed to watch that I watched, and I think, which on a normal day I don't give my recommendations, but I think you should watch this. Six
Which
Triple
one?
Eight, the 688.
No.
Kerry Washington, Tyler Perry, telling the story of the first black the women of color corps that did such an incredible job. And if not because my tear glands have gone on a break from watching movies, I mean, anytime I'm watching movies, my tear glands are on a break. I would have shed a tear or two. It was good. If you're a fan of monologues, some excellent ones in there. So the 688. And number one, I'm not certain of the pronunciation, but Dampier is the title of this one, spelled as Dampyr. That is from the 1990s. So that is for the movies. Let's talk about the series on the Red app. Now, number one, Squid Game. Did you see it in all of these with family?
Never seen Squid Game. Even the first, never.
Yeah, me too. Number 2 is Seven Doors. I guess Irabo and family contributed to this one still being on number 2. Number 3 is Missing You. Number 4 is When the Phone Rings. Number 5, Tyler Perry's Beauty in Black. Number 6 is Olola Day. 7, Black Doves. Number 8, Postcards. Number 9, La Palma. And number 10, The Madness. Okay, so that's about it for some of the movies that you have on the red and the blue streaming app. Uh, this is the part. No, we're not going to YouTube before you. I think it's quite hard to actually tell the movies that are trending on YouTube.
We need to include our homegrown app too.
Okay, very well noted. Now moving on to the box office. It was the writers were on the wall, like I started the show with Sam Smith from James Bond Writers on the Wall, that the movie was going to do more than 1 billion, and so far it's done more than 1 billion. That's everybody loves Jennifer. So it looks like the road to 5 billion now is what is being counted down. Rabot, why are you doing your hand like that?
No, I was agreeing with you. Like the road to 5 billion is seeming plausible. Like let's see how far. It's kind of impossible because if it hasn't done up to like half of that already before now, I don't know how possible it to get to 5 bill.
How
You know,
long did
five.
it take a Tribe Called Judah to reach 1 billion?
I mean, it took about how many months? 2 months, 2.5 months. I can't remember, but it didn't take as quickly as it did for them to get to 1 billion. So what I'm saying is, you would need mass entries as you had with the Boxing Day and the Christmas period. But now, New Year has passed. Everybody has resumed work or is resuming work next week. Most people are going to be traveling out. So 5 billion may not seem possible, except they're looking
What's
to.
the max that you think it can do?
I don't think it will get to 1.5, Seth, like maybe 1.5 max. I don't think
Mm.
it get to, I don't think it will get to 2 billion. I don't think so. I'm not. So this is not. There's no hate or beef in this. I'm just judging by statistics. You
Mm.
understand my point? Because the record they did at the box office of Boxing Day, which is very funny, is something that I don't think they can replicate again, given the situation of everybody right now. Most of my friends who came from the abroad, some left last week, some are leaving this week, some will leave next week. Everybody now is like, holiday is finished. Let's start preparing for what's next. So who knows?
Okay.
Let's 5 billion is a lot. That's them doing what they have done 5 times. That film should not pass March in cinema, February latest. So again, let's see, Sha.
I could go to the streaming platform.
And no, to go to streaming platform, we know that one. Like what? Of course. I'm sure they've even concluded the deal, sir.
Okay, then now still on that, well, maybe not much on that, but about what's happening with the movies released this last December. Oh, okay, that's going to be a struggle now to adjust to 2025. But a number of movies were released in the cinemas in December 2024, and many of them, I wouldn't say many of them, at least a good number of them were done by the wonderful women in Nollywood, from Thin Line by Missy Aigbe to Alakada Bad and Bougie by Tony Abraham. So I say that to talk about some of the things, some of the discussions that have been on since last week or 2 weeks ago. One of them, I don't know if this, I think this one came, the one by Tony and Messi came before the video that was made by Femi Branch. So on 28th of December 2024, Messi Aigbe apologized to her fans on the Instagram for the situation, which is some cinemas were not showing the movie. These were her words. Good morning, beautiful people. I have been getting a lot of complaints about some cinemas not showing Thin Line despite having show times. Please, I want to apologize. We're working on it and hopefully this will be resolved soon. Then Tony Abraham also said, with an overwhelming outpouring of love, kindness, and compassion from fans all across the country, we were able to make this our opening weekend figure. That was when she was talking about the movie eating 58 million naira in the cinemas. And she said, thank you for watching and supporting us. Without expecting gift or inducement at the box office to buy our tickets, you have stood by us and we are deeply grateful. Now, this is where the meat is. However, we've learned that Alakada Bad and Bougie isn't showing in many cinemas. So comes the video rant, which is still on his page, by the way, although he has turned off the comments because so many people came for him, Femi Branch. And so he talked about how it's really ugly and terrible that the industry is already factionalized and you have different people. Yes, it looks like some people are even widening the cracks by telling some people not to show some movies, and that sometimes you would have your movie that you want to go watch at the cinema. The cinema attendants themselves, some of them would wear the branded shirt of some popular movies, some other movies, and tell you to watch that one, or they will tell you, oh, that movie is not as good. You should watch this one instead, and blah, blah, blah. On a final note, let me read out the statement of Pere, who agreed with what Femi Branch said. And he said, Dear Femi Branch, I came across your video and I want to say thank you for speaking out on this issue. Every single thing you said is pure fact. Honestly, I was planning to wait until the end of January 2025 before making any moves. But at this point, I am saying the F word, let's go. This nonsense some cinemas do, hiding films, poor screen times. It happened to the silent intruder my film, I spent over 150 million naira of my personal funds on production. I think that's one of the few times I would hear a producer talk about the amount of money they spent on a movie. He further said, borrowed another 11 million naira from a friend in London and still ended up being shown Shege by cinemas. Imagine spending over 200 million, not dollars, please, 200 million naira pre-production to post-production, and the film only made 53 million naira in cinemas. Out of that, I personally got just 8 million naira. It's been almost 11 months since its release, and I have seen no Netflix or Prime Video deal. Meanwhile, films that premiered alongside mine are already streaming. Because of all this mess, I had to leave Nigeria and return to America to work just so I can pay back the kind-hearted woman who lends me the money. At this point, I don't care about being blacklisted. If nothing comes through by the end of January, I'll release the film on YouTube myself. Enough is enough. Chief Irabo.
Hey, voila. This matter, eh? So I'm going to be brutally objective. Okay? So, first and foremost, Pere, I don't think he read the industry. I don't think he understood what the industry is about in terms of how and when and where to release your film. Pere doesn't have any stake as a producer and executive producer in Nollywood. He doesn't have a stake yet. He hasn't built the credibility enough. In fact, as an actor, Pere doesn't have enough real estate to pull from to be able to make a film and guarantee its success. Look at Demi Okolawon. He had to fight to even try to get his film to 100 million just because of that tagline of, oh, you are 100 million naira at the box office type producer or filmmaker. He had to ruffle up a lot of support. He thought it was going to happen like that. He had to change up to be able to get it. And that's Demi Okolawon. Now, Pere, yes, you went to Diddy Nigeria, no problem. I think he misread and miscalculated it. If I were Pere, I wouldn't have gone to thinking 150 million, an extra 11 million or whatever, hoping, what would I be hoping to do to break even? How would you be able to break even? You have to be able to sell at least almost a billion to break even if you are going to spend 150 million. So Pere, as a person of the industry, that was a huge miscalculation. So he shouldn't fault the industry for that. Pere should have generally, if he had 150 million naira, should go and invest his money somewhere else on stock or something, somewhere, or going to go and buy Forex and be chilling. Because the aim of the thing is to make money, right? So why waste 150 million if you have 150 million already? You should just even go and be chilling somewhere and not even bother yourself. Or you should have just gone to go and do YouTube films and you get your returns one way or the other and go to call in favors from your colleagues or something. Or go to go and do TV films or something. Not go straight to go and do a cinema film in this economy. No, that was a wrong. I'm even shocked. You know, it was a wrong move. I don't know what he thought. Now, what he's now saying about the situation of cinemas and everything, a lot of people have complained about it. So, I mean, I don't think there'll be, how do you say, there's no smoke without fire or something. So now, we also have to look at it from a business standpoint in the sense that if you have what is selling, won't you push that first? It now boils down to a lawful thing and a contractual thing. Because before you give a movie to a distributor or whatever, I'm sure you guys would have a contract that states what they are going to do for you. Now, if they fall short of that contract, then you can hold them liable. That's where I see it from. And that's what I believe everybody in the industry should be doing now. There have to be contracts in place so that things don't get misconstrued at the end of the day. If you say you're going to give me 10 screens or this at so time and blah, 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 fine. This is something the distributor association and all the other people that are, you know, in the Nollywood institution and ecosystem need to now come and look into. So if a film is going to be released, let's say 5 films are going to be released during a period of time in the festive season, for example, how do you determine the time shares as against the amount of cinemas that are available? You have to now be able to determine that, and everything. So my point now is my point now is I need to go on a break 1 minute. Sorry.
Okay, you're listening to Film Focus on Smooth 98.1, and we have been in Nollywood for a bit, talking about what's happening, the state of things, and how some movies seems to be favored at the box office. What's your take and your thoughts? The WhatsApp line to send your messages to is 0809 444 0981. Again, 0809 444 0981. Later on, we will talk about a sizzling hot one. Well, it depends on who you are for you to consider it sizzling and hot. For instance, or before then, Diddy's inner circle spills a new documentary, and according to them, he's a monster. So later on, we'll talk about that, and we'll also talk about another sizzling hot one. If again you're a fan of her, that is Viola Davis. She's going to be playing the United States president in a thriller that will be out later in the year. And later on, we also tell you about Jason Momoa playing Lobo in Supergirl, the movie. Rob, are you back with us?
Yes, I am.
All right, please go ahead.
Yeah. So now the thing is, if it's a case where certain times were allocated for a movie and they were pulled out, yes, there is a case there, and they should report it to the respective authorities because that would be wrong. But if it's a case where you were given an allocated time or series of time and they were honored, but you wanted more time and they weren't given to you because other people had already bagged those times, then I mean you don't necessarily have a case. So I think all these issues need to be curbed legally. And the people in the institutions that govern Nollywood need to put things in place so that all these things don't happen, because we don't need it in the industry at all. We should be able to guarantee certain things that are easy to guarantee. So those that govern Nollywood, that is the CEA, and that's Cinema Exhibitors Association of Nigeria, even the distributors themselves, the minister for this, the this for that, the blah, everybody, like they need to come together to put rules and regulations in place. And yes, there may be some lobbying, because some records need to be broken, things need to be put in there. Yeah, every market comes with that. But what I'm saying is it has to be a safe space, a safe place enough for people to be able to come and fight. But I need to say this to filmmakers, though, that want to come to cinema to make money. See, Omoni said it on the show. He said, you go to cinema, not everybody, in fact, nobody breaks even at the end of the day, even after a red pill or a blue pill deal. So because of the economy, inflation, dollar exchange, COVID, everything, it's not easy now to break even. So if you're looking to go to the cinema to make money, no. Why do you think everybody's dancing? Funke is doing all the promo, all this thing in the whole world. Funke just made $1 billion at the box office. And you think that 1 billion is going to happen? Perez said the movie made 50-something million. And at the end of the day, 8 million was his own. And I'm shocked that Perez didn't know this breakdown. This breakdown has been done since 2016, 2015, where they give you the chart of how many percentage the distributor gets, how many percentage the producer gets, how many percentage the cinemas get. So you can't just carry your big head and go and do film and be like, you have to check. You have to check. So Perez made a blunder there, and he has to own up for that one. But he also has a point with the scheduling thing that he's mentioning. But there is no way that scheduling would have made up for his money. Perez, if you spend 200 million, you cannot make that 200 million back plus profit from cinema. Even if you want to even do a red pill, it's not possible. Like, do the math before you enter. You understand? I wanted to do poultry business last year. When I did the math, I was like, this one is not, I don't think so. I just invested a certain amount that I know that if the money goes, no wahala. Sure, you understand? I didn't just go and carry 50 million naira. Like, what if all the chicken just catch COVID or everybody die? What will not happen? I'll not be looking at them. You know, do you understand? So, like, you have to you have to be honest with yourself. Are you looking? Okay, see what? Let's use an example. Look at what Bolaji Ogumola is doing. Nobody is seeing it now. Is when Bolaji Ogumola now becomes a sensation, like a huge sensation. Now she's making money. People like, what happened? See what people are doing. They are bidding their time. Do you understand? They are doing YouTube. They are making views here. They are doing whatever. Now, if they now go and release a film in cinema and they are cultivating their followership, like they can make money as a result. So it doesn't happen in one day. That's what people don't understand. You have to tap. Look at Trino Motion Pictures. They will go and do festivals. So they'll win AMA Awards. So like everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. Play networks. So you have to find your niche. Look at James Omokwe. He not even the follow that they do cinema. Baba is doing epic for African Magic. And he's there, he's happy, he's making his money. Do you understand? So you have to look at Bolaji Ogumola now. She's releasing her second cinema film. She did Ajosepọ̀. And she tied with Kaide Kasum. She didn't just do it by herself. She got the right people. Now she's releasing another film again with I think it's January something. She's releasing another cinema film again. She's partnering with different people. So again, you have to be careful when you're moving. Are they doing hanky-panky in the industry with timeshares and everything? Well, I mean, it's not impossible. But again, we can only talk about it. But the people that are in the industry need to put things in place to prevent it. And they should use the law to fight this, if that's the case. And Femi Branch, I don't know why you are removing your comment section. If you want to post that kind of thing, post it with your chest. Post it with your chest, because how can you post something that does not have dialogue? Where are you not going to get solution from or anybody's opinion from? You just posted it and you just did a rant and you left. It doesn't make any sense now, in my own opinion. No. I mean, then why talk about it in the first place?
Thank you, Irabo, for the lengthy, detailed, and lucid one. Talking about Bimbo Ademoye and Bolaji Ogumola, it reminds me of when we discussed Queen Latifah, that's Wumi Toriola, and how she got the numbers. And I think we did talk about how there's a possibility of the conversion of the YouTube fans and followers. So it's a good way to build things up and work things up. Hopefully, Pere and anyone who wants to venture in this knows that the best way for you to eat an elephant is to eat it one slice at a time, and you build things up. You're listening to Film Focus on Smooth 98.1. If you have been listening and you have anything to say, to agree with or disagree with, WhatsApp line is 0809 444 0981. Again, 0809 444 0981. I don't know your name on WhatsApp, but you said, well, Pera didn't do well there. There are so many movies released. Competition is fierce. He should have checked with which place and time would benefit his movie or his film, so you just don't make a film and post it. All right, I think you got the wrong station, Dr. Soladushu. So please send it to where you want to send the message to. Before we come back to tell you some of the movies to look forward to in the year 2025, both in Nigeria and beyond, let's cross over to Hollywood and talk about the new documentary that will be released by Peacock. Peacock is as an American over-the-top subscription that streams a subscription streaming service. So he's awaiting a sex trafficking trial, but now another documentary will be out as some people are going all out and saying a number of things that they've known and just kept under the wraps. And as seen in the first trailer, the title is Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy. It tells the story of Sean Combs as Diddy, his early years, as well as his decades-long transformation to Puffy and then to Diddy, with some insight into the forces that shaped the man and many have made and may have made him a monster, and also sheds light on his childhood, his rise to fame, his criminal allegations, challenging viewers to think about what they think that they have known about him, and then the mugshot comes into there as well. So part of this, the feature in there, you have interviews with some people who are in his close or in his inner circle, such as a childhood friend and a former bodyguard. And that's if you know the singer-songwriter producer, sure, I'll be sure, speaks out for the first time. And that was one of his label mates at Uptown Records, and who was also in a relationship with Kim Porter before started dating Diddy. So they showed a number of never before seen footage of Diddy partying at home in the studio and some things that were said about him. But any comments on that, Rabo?
First of all, I don't understand this partner sharing thing where you know, like look at this situation you just mentioned now with I'll be sure, Kim Potter and Diddy. I don't even understand that thing. You know, the same thing, like all of them are not gonna be having baby mama. This one will born for this one, this one will born for this one, Future will born for this one, Chris Brown will born for this one. Like I'm just like, what is going on in this whole industry? See, regarding this Diddy matter, he's not the only one. I don't know what he did though that they are now focusing on him, because if you shift that camera to other people, you'll be shocked. Look at the accusation with Jay-Z. Look at all the other rappers, all of them. Nobody knows what has transpired in that late 90s, the early 90s, 2000s. Hip hop was crazy, and the girls were willing to. Everybody, they all wanted to be part of the whole kumbaya situation. But my own, like I will always say, the law is the law. Treat it accordingly. That's it. A lot of people are not innocent. A lot of people are just, they haven't just seen the reason for them to point the gun at them, you know. So I would definitely watch anything that is pop culture centric, and I would make my deductions after I've finished watching everything. But every person that is claiming Nami only passed, in fact, if you really check them, now them was passed.
Well, keep your popcorns close. 14th of January is when that documentary will be out.
Oh, for
Diddy,
sure, for sure. I
the
don't use
making of.
popcorn when it's in streaming. Popcorn is for cinema. Swallow
Okay.
is for swallow.
How'd you eat swallow while watching a Diddy documentary?
Not Didi. I said for anything streaming. Like
Okay.
if you are at the comfort of your home, it's swallow now. But for Didi, I won't watch swallow. I won't use swallow for reasons known to me.
Okay. All right, then we'll take a breather. And when we come back, we'll be talking about President Viola Davis playing a female president in the trailer that will be out on the 10th of April. That will be on the streaming platform. So I guess it allows a number of people, so many people, access to that one. You're listening to Film Focus on Smooth 98.1. Oh, Lord. So what are you going to eat when watching a Didi documentary?
Uh Maybe something healthy. Stir fry.
Hi. Coming back. Oh, damn it. Love music and love life. You are listening to Film Focus on Smooth 98.1. The time right now is 44 minutes past 11 o'clock. It's the 3rd of January 2025, the first Film Focus for the year 2025. And we thank you for being a part of it. WhatsApp line for your messages to come to is 0809 444 0981. Again, 0809 444 0981, and the YouTube channel for you to stream, catch up with the conversation, drop something using the live chat option, and also to see Irabo taking a smoothie. That is at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Why are you chuckling? I mean, you or giggling, whatever it is you're doing. You're taking smoothie, ain't you?
Yeah, that's why I don't use my video because I don't want people to be seeing what I'm doing behind the scenes. There's so
I,
many
re
things I do behind.
I remember vividly one person's message on WhatsApp. I think it was some months back. The person said, "Why is Irabo always eating during the show?" Like it was very evident because of the way you were speaking. So, why are you always eating during the time of the show?
I mean, that's when I have time, I guess. But I don't always eat, oh, please don't get me wrong. Maybe that's how my voice is. I don't always eat. No, I don't always eat. Sometimes, I don't know. I don't always eat. That's all I can say.
I think out of 10 times, you probably have been eating eight. So that counts as always.
No, I'll say maybe four.
I disagree. I mean, I, Oluwaseun, disagrees.
Are you there? Did you cook the food for me?
Moving on, let's talk about Viola Davis playing the US president. Can you imagine that? What do you think it will look like?
I mean, she played the first lady and it was a total disaster, So it was a total disaster when she played the first lady. It was a complete total disaster. She did not perform well at all. The way she was doing her mouth, her facial expressions, it was a total disaster. You can check online, it was a thing. So I don't know where she was coming from, what she thought was going to be I don't understand. That was one of our worst performances ever. So let's see how well she does as the first lady. I'm sure they were hoping that Kamala would have won and this would have really made sense and whatever, but Trump, go Trump, by the way. So she's still a great actress. Let's not lie. But another person that I know would definitely play the first lady or the president very well is Meryl Streep. I mean, that woman is undoubtedly the goat. So that performance by Viola with, for what's this woman's name? Obama's wife. What's her name again?
Michelle?
Uh, Michelle. Yeah, Michelle Obama. I didn't like it. So let's see what she would do with this one. I haven't seen her on the screen, in a while. I think. Yeah, she hasn't really put out anything. She's enjoying herself. I think Marseille Martin is in this one, and one other popular person again is in this one. I can't remember the. I saw it in passing when I was online one time. So I wonder what the storyline would be about. I don't think anybody would not watch it, just because it's new content. So now everybody watch everything that is new content, but it now depends on how great is that new content so that other people can now talk about it. Because word of mouth right now is what even helps people, get what they need to watch as in the sense of promo. So it's Viola Davis. I'll definitely check it out, regardless of a bad performance with the other thing.
Well, her name is President Danielle Sutton, and she becomes a number one target after the G20 summit comes under siege. Now, she evades capture by the attackers, but she must outsmart the enemy to protect her family, defend her country, and safeguard world leaders. The title of the movie actually is G20, and
Mm.
that will be out on the 10th of April this year. So, fingers crossed for Madam President. Someone who finally got a role he has been hoping, canvassing, and saying should be created, a character that should be created. That is Jason Momoa. He said it for years that he wanted to be or play Lobo. And finally, that happens. And he made the announcement on socials as well as others. So that will be in Supergirl, the movie. Anything about that, Robo? Are you a DC fan? I don't think you're a DC fan.
No. I'm just a fan of movies. So even if it's DC Marvel, I would watch. But again, not everybody brings out great movies all the time, which is understandable. Not every striker scores every goal every game. So by the way, it's Jason Momoa. As you don't give a Yoruba accent, Yoruba name Momoa.
Sorry, Momoa.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know how this guy is still in the industry in the sense of getting roles because
He's
I
got
don't think
muscles.
he's okay. All right. I rest my case. I rest my case. I rest my case.
You better
I
go
mean,
on with
like,
what.
but no,
I mean,
but it's
here
true. Is it
he's
like
playing the role of an alien with super strength and that has healing. There are some roles that would never go out of fashion, and so you need the likes of Jason. How did you say it, Momoa, as well as Dwayne Johnson and Co.
Momoa?
Yeah. So there are some people that there will always be that role for them. No matter how much people shout about Aquaman, there are still huge fans of Aquaman. Hey,
Oh, I understand. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be working, but I'm just like he's not a great actor. I mean, I don't think he's a great actor. That's
but
it.
he's got the body.
He's got the body. Okay, I mean, fine. So that's the thing about critiquing people like that. People like, you're hating, you're beefing. This like, the guy not supposed to be act, no lie. But it's good, Sha. He's getting roles. Their agents are working hard. It's fine. Let's see how well it does.
Let me put you on the spot. So let's say you're a casting director or you're an executive producer or you're a producer, you're a director, whatever it is, and you have to cast for a role, one that has the physique of who you want. Now, taking into consideration Nigeria and the specifics of what we have, the challenges as well. So you might not be quick to say that I'm going to get the bod feet and all of that. So let's say you have one who has the specific body type and the build and everything that you need. And the other one, oh, by the way, that one might not be such an excellent actor. And the other one is such a fantastic actor, yet does not have the physique. Which one will you go for?
No, this answer I cannot say either or because so what I will always go for is the person who can actually deliver the role. Now, if the build of the person is supposed to be the range of 5'10" to 6'3", and I see a 5'9" person, but the person doesn't have the build, if it's going to be a possibility where we build the person's body up to fit the role, I would do that. Now, are we looking to make money? Are we looking to go to festival? So my decision will be based on what the aim of the film is about. But I would not just put out a film just because, except I don't have the money. I will field who I'm able to field. But if I have the resources, I won't cast certain people just because I want I won't make you chop the role. Chop this role for me. Deliver this role for me. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like saying, regardless of whether I need to cast height or skin color or whatever, and I'm like, oh, should I pick Genevieve Ome as against a Jemima Osunde? I will pick a Genevieve now, without a doubt. Do you understand? Because she can act. Do you get? So again, should I pick a Kehinde Bankole or Nancy Time? I'm picking Kehinde. Do you understand? She can act. Now, am I looking to make money with that film? I will now have to hire a director that is a no-holds-barred director that will direct the hell out of Nancy, for example, or direct the hell out of Jemima. So you have to make sure you are going to make the right decision. So again, it's not a cutthroat either-or situation. But yes, the body type and everything fits the role. You have to consider that as a factor as well. But can the person act? Would you just be a body type that is just there and So again, that's why I said we need more people in the industry. Like in America now, you would see some people that they cast. They're not even popular faces though. But you'll be like, yeah, this guy fits this role, and this guy is acting well, but that guy is not even an A-list actor. We don't have that in Nollywood at all. We don't. Where you can just randomly cast somebody, and see Jide Kene now. Not as if Jide Kene wasn't acting before now, but look at how they cast Jide Kene for Living in Bondage. Didn't he do great in that role? You get my point?
Okay, as we draw to the end of the show, what will be your final recommendations? Oh, okay, before then, I wanted to intimate or tell our dear listener the movies to look out for in 2025. Certainly, I cannot tell them all, but some of them, Miss Alakada will be back in the year. In fact, she has two movies lined up to drop in 2025, and she made the announcement. There is Iyalode that will be in the cinemas in June 2025, and there is Mrs. Jeje Loye that will be in the cinemas in December. Then there is one from Trino Motion Pictures, and that will be February 7, I guess, towards Valentine, because they titled this one Love Lockdown. There is the one coming that will be tomorrow, and that is Kantagari Goes to Town, features the Mr. Shegun Arinze. Later on in the year, you're also going, well, not much later, but that will be next month, February 7th again. So not just Love Lockdown that will be released on 7th of February, but Summer Rain. And that is Bolaji Ogumola in there. You have the likes of Genevieve Ume, who Irabo has spoken about. There is Daniel Etimeffiong. There is Femi Branch. There is Tina Mba, Latifa Dedimeji. You have Emeka Nwagberocha, as well as Kachi Nochiri and many others in the movie. Then Red Circle, a movie that we talked about, I think, last year. What did we talk about it? Or it's me talking about it in my head?
No, is you talking about it in your head, though? No.
I know I saw a number of things about it, but I thought I did. Okay, so this one is Nora Wolowa's debut as an executive producer. And in there, you have the likes of the wonderful Folu Storms. There is Toby Bakri, Femi Branch again, Buki Wright. It's good to see her on screen these days. Omowumi Dada
Red
Ibrahim.
Circle? That's a Nollywood film?
Yeah,
And it's released in cinema?
I think so. I'm not sure
Okay.
of how it's going to be released, but I think so. In my mind, I don't know, I'm having some deja vu moments. In my mind, this movie was already out in my mind. Okay, but in there, finally, there will be Timini Egusin. Let me quickly take this message as we wrap up for today. Jason is no Tom Hanks. Kate or Meryl Streep, but he was fantastic in C, and he carried the last Fast and Furious film as the villain. Brosirabo, have you seen any of those? Or if you have, what did you think? Sorry, my
Let me
brain is.
let me counter this. Let me counter this. Save for King Richard and let's say two other or three other films that Will Smith has ever done. Would you consider or would you have considered Will Smith a great actor? Like say pound for pound acting. That's what I'm saying about Jason Momoa here. He did well in Aquaman, he did well, but I'm talking about like an actor. You would know who an actor is in the sense of like a great actor. I don't consider him one. That's what I'm saying. He was a villain in Fast and Furious. Was that performance? Are you? I mean, really want to judge it? Is that performance great? It's just you know when you say let my people go, na fine guy, okay, just now waiting you be that. So, but again,
Okay. All right, then. Unfortunately, this is so much that we can take for today. Next week, we'll return again from 11 till 11:55 on Smooth 98.1. Hi, Chizozie. Happy New Year to you too. And welcome back. It's been a minute. So, Iraba, what will be your final recommendations for this year? No, sorry. Did I say this year? This year just started, man. This
this deja
weekend.
this deja vu gone gone gone. So my recommendation is Carry On. You should go and watch Carry On. I saw it on the red pill. I remember. I mean, like 6 different people told me to go and watch it. And yes, you should see Carry On. A lovely, 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 lovely movie. I haven't seen a movie like that in a while. And Jason Bateman is an underrated actor. I feel that guy is one of the best in the business, easily. And the guy too who did Gold Circle, Gold Circle, that Gold Circle film, he's in it in Carry On. That guy too
Yeah,
is a good actor.
that
He has good
that
focus.
Kingsman.
Yeah, the Kingsman, yeah.
All right, that's the
So
only recommendation.
that's the only recommendation for now. Yes, that's the only recommendation.
Nothing homegrown.
I've watched everything now.
Recommendation for them,
And
not
I've
you.
recommended there's nothing new again. Like I've recommended The Waiter, I've recommended Thin Line, I've recommended The Ghetto Love Story, I've recommended Everybody Loves Jennifer, I've recommended Alakada Bad and Bougie, I've recommended all the movies that I've been showing. I've recommended all of them. There's no new movie yet until which movie is coming out? No, I don't think anybody will be wise enough to it would be stupid enough to release a film in cinema today.
Language. Okay, thank you, Yoraba, for all your recommendations in the past and in the present. We appreciate you. Next week we'll go again, and please take care of yourself. The weather is not very friendly, so if you can, wear a nose mask, wash your hands, take lots of water, vitamin C, and the likes because it's good. You don't want to have a sore throat like me.
Mm.
In a matter of seconds, I'll be with you on the Casbah, playing you great African tunes right here on the station I love music and loves life. We are Smooth 98.1. But before then, you can catch up with Irabo on socials at,
Irabo 100. That's how I keep it always.
yeah, even in the new year. My name is Oluwashio Olushego, and bye for now.
This your hair is fine. No?
Thank you. Enjoy
I
your
will still
smooth. Hmm?
I will still tell you when you're looking beautiful. I say I will always still tell you when you're looking beautiful and pretty. Always.
Okay. Thank you very much for your lovely compliments, and I
Okay.
appreciate them. Why are you
Bye bye.
laughing?
Nothing. Because you don't know